George Herbert Walker Bush was born on June 12, 1924, in Milton, Massachusetts. His parents were Prescott Bush, who was a U.S. Senator from Connecticut, and his mother, Dorothy. He came from a family that believed strongly in public service and duty. As a young boy, George was full of energy. He loved sports, adventure, and spending time outdoors. He attended Phillips Academy in Andover, Massachusetts, a prestigious school where he played baseball and served as class president. But George's life took a serious turn when World War II broke out. At just 18 years old, he became the youngest Navy pilot at the time. He flew 58 combat missions and earned the Distinguished Flying Cross. After the war, George went to Yale University, where he was a standout athlete and captain of the baseball team. He graduated in just 2.5 years with a degree in economics. In 1945, he married Barbara Pierce, and together they had 6 children, including George W. Bush, who would also go on to become President of the United States. George and Barbara were married for 73 years, one of the longest presidential marriages in U.S. history. In 1966, he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. Over the years, he took on many important government roles: ambassador to the United Nations, chairman of the Republican National Committee, chief of the U.S. Liaison Office in China, and director of the CIA. Then in 1980, he ran for president but lost the nomination to Ronald Reagan. But Reagan chose George to be his vice president, and they served together for 8 years. During that time, George traveled the world, represented the U.S., and helped shape policy. In 1989, George became the 41st President of the United States. His presidency focused on foreign policy and international diplomacy. As president, he faced big global changes. The Berlin Wall fell. The Cold War came to an end. And when Iraq invaded Kuwait, President Bush led a global coalition in Operation Desert Storm, a military mission that pushed Iraqi forces out of Kuwait. On the home front, he signed the Americans with Disabilities Act, which helped make buildings, jobs, and education more accessible to people with disabilities. Even though he lost his bid for re-election in 1992, President Bush never stopped serving. In his later years, he worked on humanitarian missions, often alongside President Bill Clinton, his former political rival. Together, they raised millions for disaster relief efforts around the world. President Bush passed away on November 30th, 2018, at the age of 94. He was remembered as a war hero, a gentleman, a devoted family man, and a lifelong public servant. His legacy lives on through his children, his leadership, and his belief in kindness, courage, and putting country before self.